What prompted you to get into this line of business?
I used to work for the Aga Khan Foundation, and that's actually where I got my, my inspiration, because I used to attend, their staff retreats, and so this is where I first learned about social enterprise, and this really grabbed me. But what happened is I was a young mother with 2 very young children, and I got some responsibilities that entailed more traveling, and I found that my children were bearing the brunt of it, and I was still a nursing mum with my second child, and I just made a decision that I'll have time to grow my career but not time to grow my children again. So I made that move to start a social enterprise. And when I was in the field, I got the inspiration to help women move away from kerosene related products, the reliance on disposable batteries. Another issue was, of course, the burning of firewood for cooking and that. So you can't cover all aspects, but at least I tried to rely on something that I could do, and getting the agency was one of the easiest things that I could do at that time, which is why I set up Right to Light.
What are your current business challenges?
Okay, capital was one, and I didn't want to go the briefcase NGO way. And of course, when I started in 2009, you had the very severe economic downturn, where even the Ford Foundation had started cutting back grants, So this is why, the exposure to the idea of social enterprise really appealed. So I basically had to pour in my life savings, and I have a partner who's Thomas Amanga, and his idea was the street lighting. My idea was the hand-powered products, because of course I'd read about free play and its objectives as well. And so we married our ideas together, and we started this social enterprise together. So first I found was capital, and everything costs money. And I found, very sadly, that there are very few avenues of assistance available in marketing your products, for instance. Protecting your franchise. So for instance, I found there's another trader in the market who brought in this free play products illegally, and is selling it even at a more higher cost than I am, but is infringing on my marketing rights. And I find the government, for instance, when I come and talk about solar street lighting, every single component of the street light has a different VAT on it, a different duty on it. So it becomes colossally expensive, and I'm horrified to find that there's very few structures in place that actually accepts what a person is trying to do. So because my products are not solely solar powered, if you talk about my kinetic powered product, they insisted on slapping duty, they insisted on slapping VAT, and yet these should ideally be zero VAT products. So I find that taking the government head on is getting nowhere. So I've written, I've begged, I've called. So I find, in terms of support from the government and the civil bodies around, you're shunted from department to department to government body to government body, and there's no assistance at the end.
High points and low points of your venture.
Well, the high points is the fact that I know I'm doing good, and in a very small way I'm making a difference. And if somebody's buying a torch, like sometimes I give samples to companies, and if a company places a product, the sample stays behind with them. And I find when I go back and talk to these individuals, they usually send it to the rural areas, to their mothers, and most of the time when I sell to companies, because they're the ones who really make that outreach possible. So let's say I go to a car industry, wants to give it away as a giveaway, or to a security company wants to give it to the guard, and because there's no expiry date on this product, they can take it home and use it. Yeah. And I find it saves them buying kerosene, or it saves them buying disposable batteries, and yet they can bring it back to work and use it in the line of their duty. That makes me really happy that these have the products have far-reaching impacts, Yeah. And the other benefit to me personally is time. Okay, I have complete flexi hours. So anytime my children need me, I'm able to be there for them. And I must say, when I used to work, I never attended a single school concert or children's play or, have a one-on-one meeting with a teacher. But now it's possible. So I believe the quality of care for my children has improved drastically. The low moments is, when you trust somebody to sell your product and their company winds down and you lose your product. That is the hardest hitting. And one of the worst things that I find is the element of corruption. So for instance, there are certain parties there who will not do something until or unless there's something in it for them. And because I don't have a bottomless pit in terms of finance, I find, I can't get ahead and I can't achieve the objectives or the heights that I want to, that I've set for myself as a business person. So that's a major stumbling block, yes.
What is your market focus?
And right now what I have set up is a social enterprise, and I've called it Right to Light. And the objective is to help women especially, and the girl child, and also, the general public in moving away from kerosene-based products and disposable batteries. So there's a social issue where, I focus on kinetic-powered products. So in terms of, sustainability, you've got one of the most environmentally friendly products because these products are designed to last a lifetime and more. So I'm hoping that, because it's a social enterprise, I have to rely on the principles of buying and selling to further my social objectives. In terms of the products that I have an agency for free play. So we have the hand-powered mobile chargers, lanterns, torches, and we are also trying to market solar streetlights. So while the solar streetlights are not as environmentally friendly as the torches and the lanterns and the mobile chargers, I think it's still serving a need because a large part of Kenya, if not Africa, is not electrified.
What kind of CSR activities are you involved in?
Well, I think the entire community is very, eager to give voluntary service, and I've been giving voluntary service for years. And last year I was given the appointment of taking care of the women in Kenya that belong to the community. So what I'm trying to do is to give women a chance to promote themselves, especially those engaged in cottage industries. So these are very informal industries, and the woman is trying to improve her life, and when she improves her standards of living, automatically the life of the family, the standards of living of the family improves, and mostly it's the children. So I feel if you give a woman a chance to market herself, market her service, market her product, even if it's making chapatis at home, or home visiting in terms of pedicure, manicures, hairdressing, simple skills, then the woman will able to impact the quality of life of her family. And the other thing is self-development, personal development. When you learn skills like how to write a CV, or how to succeed at an interview and present yourself properly, how to market yourself, how to speak publicly, or how to use the mobile or even the internet, etc. I think these are important skills, life skills that you can help other women learn. And I'm very much, inspired by my own example. And I know there are women out there who really need some attention, some care, and, some information. So I'm so happy to have this responsibility and this opportunity to serve. And I really want to improve the lot of women.